Negotiations between the United States and Iran held in Islamabad have concluded without an agreement after Tehran refused to accept Washington's central demand for a clear and binding commitment that it would not pursue nuclear weapons or develop capabilities that could allow it to rapidly move towards weaponization. According to US Vice President Jerry Vance, this refusal became the key obstacle that prevented any breakthrough. Despite more than 21 hours of continuous and high-level discussions between the two sides, he stated that the United States maintained firm red lines throughout the talks, stressing that an affirmative guarantee from Iran on its nuclear intentions was essential for any kind of progress. The talks represented the first direct engagement between senior US and Iranian officials in over a decade and marked the highest-level diplomatic contact since the Iranian Revolution. And the US delegation included Special Envoy Steve Witkoff and Jared Kushner, while Iran was represented by Parliament Speaker Mohammad. Minister Abbas Araghchi, Pakistani officials involved in facilitating the discussions described the atmosphere as highly fluid, with moments of progress followed by sharp disagreements, reflecting the deep mistrust between both the sides. And at the core of the deadlock was Iran's nuclear program. Washington demanded strict assurances that Iran would not only refrain from developing nuclear weapons but also avoid maintaining the technical capacity to quickly achieve weaponization in the near future. Iran, however, resisted all these conditions, arguing that such demands were excessive and undermined its sovereign rights. And this fundamental disagreement prevented any convergence on the central issue, despite extensive negotiations lasting nearly a full day. And beyond the nuclear dispute, several regional and strategic issues further complicated the talks. And one of the most sensitive was the Strait of Hormuz, a vital global energy corridor through which nearly 20% of the world's oil and gas shipments pass. And the United States pushed for guarantees ensuring unrestricted maritime navigation through the waterway, while Iran demanded greater control over transit arrangements. Tehran also linked broader negotiations to sanctions relief, war reparations, and wider ceasefire guarantees across multiple regional conflicts, including tensions involving Hezbollah in Lebanon. And the broader geopolitical backdrop added further strain to the discussions as ongoing Israel military operations against Iran-backed Hezbollah in Lebanon remained a major point of contention, with Washington and Israel insisting that any ceasefire framework would not automatically extend to the group. Iran, however, called for a comprehensive regional ceasefire, arguing that isolated agreements would not bring lasting stability. And additional issues such as the release of frozen Iranian assets and compensation for wartime damages were also raised by Tehran, but were rejected by US negotiators. And despite the collapse of the main negotiations, both the sides indicated that diplomatic engagement would continue at a technical level. And experts from Iran and the United States are expected to continue exchanging documents and exploring all the possible areas of compromise. The US military has also stated that it is preparing measures in order to secure critical maritime routes, including readiness for mine-clearing operations in the Strait of Hormuz, while Iranian state media has denied reports of any American naval transit through the waterway. Although the Islamabad talks ended without a breakthrough, they are being viewed as a significant diplomatic attempt to reopen direct communication after years of silence. However, with deep divisions remaining on nuclear commitments, regional security and sanctions, the path forward remains highly uncertain despite continued back-channel and technical discussions. That's all for now. Stay tuned to the Savera for more updates. Do like, comment and subscribe to the channel.